Welcome back, my luxurious fleet, and I got my hands on Lexus's brand new orange paint color. I'll see you on the side, and let's get into it. So Lexus has a brand new orange paint color. It's called Cadmium Orange. Let's just see how this differs a little bit with the original orange that just came out. Well, I should say just came out. It came out a few years back with a 2015 RC and 2015 NX, as well as you saw on the GSF and the RCF models as well. Let's look at what the differences would be. This is the what's called Molten Pearl. I've only seen it a couple times in person. I've seen it in an NX and an RC before, not an RCF, but a normal RC, and it is definitely eye-catching. It's not my cup of tea. It is definitely an eye-catching color that if you have seen it, you're never going to forget it. I don't know if I like it. It's really hard to put my words around it, but let's just see what the GS looks like in it. GS looks pretty good, just because probably the GS looks really good to begin with. Let's see what this NX. This NX looks sick. I don't know what they did with it. Obviously you can see all sorts of body kit on it. Triple beam LED headlights, the grill's blacked out. You got these really good looking black fenders on it. Those wheels look sick. The tent looks amazing. This car looks great. Is that something you could drive on a daily basis? Probably not. Not for most parts of the world. But man, how cool is that Molten Pearl? But we're here for one color, and that is the Cadmium Orange. And there it is. It's a much darker than the Molten Pearl that Lexus had in previous years and models. Actually, I think you still might be able to get Molten Pearl on the NX. Don't quote me on that. Here is my picture of what Cadmium Orange looked like on a frosty, freaking cold morning, as you guys will see here. And I'll do a walk around as well. So without further ado, hold on a sec. What does cadmium even mean? Cadmium is a harmful earth element. Cadmium and its components are highly toxic, and the exposure to its metal is known to cause cancer and targets the body's cardiovascular, renal, gastrointestinal, neurological, reproductive, and respiratory systems. Great, let's put it in our Lexus paint color. Cadmium is a chemical element with the symbol CD and atomic number 48. This soft bluish white metal is chemically similar to the other stable metals in group 12, such as zinc and mercury. Well, bluish white. Maybe it's because there's some bluish white flakes inside the paint color. It's not actually cadmium. That's what I'm guessing. Cadmium is a soft, malleable, ductile, bluish white metal, which is easily cut with a knife. This bluish white metal, I think, is what they were trying to go for with this paint color. So let's just get into the video. And I do a walk around on this. This is, of course, the FSport model. You see it comes with fog lights. The daytime running lights look pretty good. You can get this with the triple beam LED headlights. But I think it looks pretty good in this FSport trim. There's those 18-inch FSport wheels. And I get close up here so you can see that cadmium flake. I know the car is not super clean right now. It's a little bit dirty. There's nothing you can do in winter in the Midwest keeping your cars clean. I back up a little bit so you can see how the sun hits it just right. I think it's a pretty good looking paint color. I like it a whole lot better than the Molten Pearl. That Molten Pearl was just a pukey orange almost. Certain lights can look okay, but this one I think looks a lot better all around. It's much darker. You can see in the shade how dark it is in comparison to the Molten Pearl. Coming around the back side, see how the sun is hitting it straight on. Yeah, I wish it was clean. Sorry guys. We can't wash cars this time of year when it's this cold. It's just not doable. And then we get on the inside. Gosh, it's so freaking cold out there. Oh, what are we at? 19 degrees, but the wind is like 20 miles an hour, so yeah, we have ice on the inside. Don't ask me how that got there. It's definitely ice. This is the FSport model. As you guys already know and already saw, we have nice red stitching here on the dash. In the non-FSport model, so this is like a leather material. In the non-FSport model, you get that washy material that I've covered on my UX hybrid review. The seats are excellent. This is the first one I've been in, first FSport I should say that I've been in, and that doesn't have the red seats. And these black seats are really nice, high detail, super comfortable. They feel kind of like the NX seats, but maybe not as restricting with the bolstering. Man, just look how good that seat looks. Excellent. Of course, you have the FSport logo here embedded into the headrest. It looks great in my opinion. Up top here, it's just normal fabric. You can see there's a little bit of a design, but I don't think that's, intentional. I think that's just how the fabric is. Service Connect, no, I don't want to do that. So this does have Apple CarPlay. Obviously, I don't have an Apple phone, so I'm not going to be able to show you any of that, but it's Apple CarPlay. Here's the FSport gauge, which I love. Let's just see this thing move around a bit. Oh, it's so good. Let's just do this a few times. Maybe just change the menu. Oh, yeah, just change the menu, no big deal, no big deal. Oh, just want to switch it back. Looks great. There's the revs. Let's switch it to sport mode. So hardcore right now in the UX. And that throttle response is a lot more touchy when I put it into sport mode. If I go to eco and I press the throttle the gas pedal just as much, the engine is so much more lethargic. Here's normal mode with the same amount of pressure I'm putting on, and then in sport mode with the same amount of pressure. It's like 50% more aggressive at least. That's crazy. But that's kind of cool to give you guys an idea of how touchy the throttle is under different driving modes, which you control right there. Into the back, you can see the seats right there. They're really not anything special for the FSport model. Sorry, the glare is probably really bad. They're not really special for the FSport model. They look great, very well designed, and very clean lines in those seats. Down below, of course, you have the FSport pedals, FSport logo here on the steering wheel. Speaking of the steering wheel, I turned the heated steering wheel on, which is right there. And I love the red stitching on it. It looks great. Hopefully you guys can see that. There you go. Yeah, like that. But yeah, the steering wheel is incredible. I love the steering wheel in the new ES and the new UX. They're just amazing steering wheels. They're very, very similar to the $100,000 LS500 steering wheel. They're just really high quality in my opinion. Ooh, and let's not forget ASC. So you guys want to hear how loud this motor is? Let's turn it back into sport mode. Oh, you know what? I don't think it does it at idle. It doesn't. ASC doesn't port the sound into the cabin at idle. At all. That's fascinating. I'm not at idle. What I meant to say is in parked. But when I'm driving and I press this on, it's going to make the engine come through the speakers in the car, the engine noises, which is a little ridiculous because this engine doesn't sound very good in my opinion. It sounds okay if you use the paddle shifters and use the simulated fake gears. Otherwise, this thing kind of drones on if you see my review on the first one. Let me know what you guys think. If you want to see more UX coverage, I'm still excited about it. Yes, I've already reviewed an FSport and a hybrid, but I haven't seen this color before. Nor have I been in one that had the black FSport interior. If you guys want to see more UX videos, give me a like. I'll see you in the comments below. Let me know if you have any questions on this car. I think it's a really good attempt from Lexus in this really subcompact crossover luxury segment. But I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.